Good morning everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Heather.
And I'm Casey.
And today we are taking you inside Phantasialand here in rural Germany near sort of the Cologne area. We're so excited. It is actually our day 2 because we stayed last night at the Hotel Charles Lindbergh, which we will do a review of for you too. I'll link it overhead whenever that goes up. I'll come in and add it to the video. But we didn't get to do a whole lot yesterday, so there's a whole bunch of the park we haven't seen. It's our very first time experiencing the park, and we're so excited to take you along for the journey. So
yeah, we got to kind of walk around a little bit last night because you kind of get exclusive access to the Rookburgh area.
Rookburgh.
I keep saying
He keeps thinking
Rookburgh. Through a kind of a secret entrance in the hotel, so I'm sure you guys will get to see some of that.
And we still kept our access. We didn't turn in our room key just yet, so we can sneak through the top secret entrance.
Yeah, we're going to skip the line that's out the front door and go through the hotel and go enjoy the park today.
Yes, and if you're new to the channel, we do a lot of content about life living in Germany. We're 2 Americans living abroad. We do some travel content, some theme park content, trying different foods, just exploring and having a great adventure. So if you like that type of content, definitely consider subscribing and turning those notification bells on so that you are notified when we upload new content. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up. You have no idea how much it helps the channel and how much we appreciate it. So take a look at this, and then we're gonna head on into Phantasialand.
Ooh, backdoor access.
Top secret. Into this magical steampunk 20s flight-inspired area. The coaster just weaves all through the section, so we're probably going to start with fly and try to make just going through the park very methodical so we can hit as many things as we can. Now, Phantasialand does not allow on-ride footage, but we're going to get lots of great views of the rides anyway because of the way this park is designed. So we will get you as much footage as we can as we go through the park. Now, we do have fast passes for fly today because when you stay at the Hotel Charles Lindbergh, each person gets 2 fast passes to use. So one for each day, or you can pile them up into one day. So we're going to start off there, show you a little bit of Rookburgh, and take advantage of those fast passes. Let's go.
The line for fly is already outside of the whole little Rookburgh area.
I'm glad we have fast passes.
To the front.
Yeah. This is one we got to do yesterday because of being at the hotel, but we were first riders today, the first train out, and that's such a cool ride.
Yeah, it's really cool how you get like the negative G's, like the airtime, but you get the airtime, but you're laying flat and the track's above you, so you really kind of float in the harness. It's really fun.
I think that's one of the coolest coasters I've ever done in terms of like all the near misses over the buildings. I mean, you really feel like you'd be Superman or something flying over the town.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And very smooth. We think this is a Vekoma coaster. We'll put it here. We're not, you know, super historians on coasters and stuff. We are kind of picking things up as we go, realizing, oh, hey, we like this, we like that, and then there's certain brands and stuff. So I think it's Vekoma, but I'll put it here if I'm wrong. And it seemed like there were quite a few Vekoma rides here. We're going to move on now, head over into, I think it's Berlin is the main street, is the next section that we can kind of peek into. So we're going to head that way and take you with us.
Let's go.
So right now we are at the front of the park where you would actually enter if you were not staying at one of the hotels, which all have sort of a special entrance, we think. Really beautiful beautiful. This is Berlin Street, or Berliner Street, so I think this is actually supposed to be Germany, like a Germany representation probably through here. Correct us if we're wrong in the comments. I'm just assuming that that's probably the case. Really, really pretty, very garden vibes. All the flowers are in bloom here right now, and you've got this old, beautiful carousel that is just stunning. And then you've got sort of your Main Street entrance that dead ends into a really cool, what are they called? Like the swings? The flying swings. But this one has a water feature that comes up. It's really, really pretty. So let's take a stroll and get on some more rides. We're gonna be coming back to this waffle bakery later. Absolutely, absolutely, because there's fruit toppings and stuff. I shouldn't be on the internet. My jokes are so bad.
That was a really bad joke.
Really bad.
You should delete that.
All right, so we've made it to the Hotel Tartüff, which is like a little fun house that we've heard is actually really fun. Fun house, but we're excited to do this at something that we just heard is sort of an unexpected surprise here. So we're gonna go in and see if we can get through the fun house.
Well, we just got done with the fun house. I thought it was actually really cool.
That was really cool.
It's a very well done one. I guess it doesn't seem. It doesn't feel like those like cheap.
I was thinking the same thing. The fairs, they set up these little things in the States where they're like freestanding trucks almost that have a fun house in it. Yeah. I don't know how you'd explain it, but this is totally different.
Yeah, pretty good. There's a couple parts in there that weren't operating today, but for the most part it was. I thought it was really fun.
It was fun, and there's a big slide at the end that caught me off guard in terms of how fast the slide went. You had to take your shoes off, and my heels like smacked the bottom of the slide because my feet came off the ground in that little hump on the slide. I got some airtime. It was super cool though. We really liked it, and I wish we could film more and take you in, but very, very cool. Definitely worth doing. And we are right next to Au Chocolat, so I think we're headed there next. I know it's a bakery, and it's cute little mice, and it's a shooter dark ride, so I'm probably really gonna like that.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
Au Chocolat.
I'm so excited. He's so cute, and he's living his best life eating that chocolate. I don't blame him. Who could be mad at him for that, honestly? Alright, so we just got off Au Chocolat. What did you think?
I like it. I like the little shooter rides. It's very similar to Toy Story Mania. You guys have ever done that?
Yeah, the ride car is almost the same.
Yeah, kind of a very similar setup. I would say it's probably longer. There's quite a few of the little 3D shooter scenes that you have to do.
And you get to go through actual like physical sets too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Where I don't remember doing that on Toy Story Mania. I think it's mostly just to the next screen. It's probably made by the same manufacturer, which we'll put it on the screen again too, but I bet you anything it's the same manufacturer, that ride, the way it's set up.
Yeah.
But I actually prefer it. I really like the theming with the bakery. I mean, I have a background a little bit in that, so I always love anything bakery related. And then the little mice are so cute. Yeah, I really enjoyed that actually. So, and it's the first time I won. I never beat him at shooter dark ride rides, and the whole objective is you're going through this bakery that has been overtaken by mice, and you're using icing bags to shoot the mice with like chocolate sauce. You're trying to get them out of the bakery, so it's a really fun theming. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, it's cool.
So yeah, we're really enjoying our time. We're probably gonna spin you through the gift shop real quick, and then the park kind of splits here, so I don't know which side we'll go to first. Maybe over here where some of the dark indoor stuff is, because we're gonna do water rides today, and probably the hotter the better. It's a really nice day today, and I had to take my coat off. I'm gonna have to find a bag in the store or something to put it in. I'm sweating. I worked up a sweat in that ride, like pulling that cord. Oh my gosh.
Very serious.
You should have seen our photos. I don't think we could film that, but we're like intense into the getting the mice. So anyway, let's head on over to the gift shop and then maybe find some more coasters, rides to do. Look at the dragon on top.
Yeah.
We think dragons are kind of a big theme at this park, so I don't know. We'll see how much that carries in, but we keep seeing dragon things all over. And then we've got our mouse Au Chocolat here. Look at him. I might meet him. He's so cute. This is the fly jacket that I got last night. They're very reasonably priced here at Phantasialand. This was €39.90, which is, I think, very affordable for a park. The one thing we did notice, now I'm sure there's other stuff throughout the park maybe, but although this is a really big gift shop, this kind of has a little bit of everything. There's a lot of darker shirts that feel more like a guy's shirt. And then there's a few things like this that could kind of go either way. And then there's a lot of kids stuff, but I haven't seen a ton of items I would say were geared towards women specifically. So it'd be kind of nice to see a few more things maybe that lean that way. But the designs are cool. Yeah, I definitely think there's some cool stuff here. And the kids have really cute stuff too. But I thought this one was kind of fun because it's got the steampunk and the Rookburgh. And so I went for it. But it's so warm today. I'm taking this coat off. So.
Alright, we're going to head over to the kind of indoor section of the park. There's a couple indoor roller coasters. We haven't been over here yet. Don't know the name of the actual area of the park. We haven't found a physical park map yet, and the app isn't telling us what the area is called. So we're going to go see if we can find a map and see what the roller coaster has to offer.
Yeah, and we'll put it up here on the screen once we find it. So we just got in here and this is really cool. We have not been over here. The theming again is just incredible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna probably try to ride Fear and Force. We've heard about that as well. And I just wanted to say too, we're probably gonna split this video into 2 parts for you guys. So at some point we might give you a little break and then come back to a part 2. We realize these can be really long. So stay tuned for that, but right now let's head to Fear and Force. Which one are we riding?
I think we're going to go do Fear first. Of Fear.
Well, you can tell by my hair. It was whipping us around, but it was fun. I think that one gave me a little bit of motion-y I feel okay, but you know, it's a little bit more affected by that one than others, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of backwards parts of it, and I think that's what really does it for me.
Yeah.
You sort of get like that, I don't really get nauseous, but a little bit of a headache or something, but...
You can't watch your like line forward.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
A lot of dark spots in it, there's a little tilt track.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I mean, we were going to go do both, but the line's kind of long, and we really want to make sure we see a lot of the park. And they're only open till 6, so I think we're going to actually head to Crazy Bats and maybe see how my stomach does with that next. He's less sensitive to stuff than me, but I do pretty good. But I've never done a VR coaster, have you?
No, I don't think I've ever been on one of those.
Yeah, so...
Ready for Crazy Bats?
I'm ready for Crazy Bats, maybe. I don't know if my stomach's ready. I'm mentally ready. Physically, I don't know.
We'll find out. Alright, so we just got off Crazy Bats.
Yep, first VR coaster we've ever done.
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't really get as sick as I thought. I don't know. It didn't bother me too much. You, on the other hand,
I'm a little bothered. My stomach's a little, it's not awful, but enough that I don't know that VR coasters would probably be a thing I would do regularly, just because I don't like to feel kind of off for the next hour, you know?
Yeah.
But in theory though, in concept, I thought it was really cool. Like if I weren't so sensitive to things, you know? Yeah,
and it definitely wasn't like a fast kind of whippy coaster or anything. Very smooth.
Yeah.
Kind of slow. Had a couple little fast parts where you could tell you're kind of going around a corner kind of quick or down a hill, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and I thought the bats were really cute. Like I thought the whole theming was really cute, and like you kind of go through these sections where it looks like you're on snow and ice on these banks or on these pathways way up high, kind of in a mountainside, which I thought, again, if it didn't make me sensitive, I really liked the aesthetic of it too. It was cool. Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool how you can look around and the whole scene is kind of set up for you, and it can change so quick.
Yeah, and it's good for families too, because that wasn't, you know, too crazy for kids, I don't think, or anything. Like it was a pretty just good coaster overall for people, as long as you don't have, you know, sensitivities, emotion, I think. So yeah. We figured out on the map finally, this is the fantasy section. We found a map online that kind of listed the sections. Berlin in the front, fantasy here, and there's actually what we think is a splash battle across from us right now, but we can't tell if it's just closed right now or if this section is kind of maybe going to be redone. It's hard to tell. It's very quiet over here. We're totally alone, and it just doesn't appear that any of this is open, but there's some cool theming. It almost looks like a little hobbit house over in the corner, so just the theming here is on another level, just at Phantasialand here, and it's more compact. They had to build below the tree line, so you can tell they've really been creative with the theming and even the design of a lot of the rides to compensate for that. You got some really great rides here. So I think we're getting hungry. We'd been looking at the tavern that's over in the section with
Taryn.
Yes. In that section, which is kind of, I think, a Norse sort of Game of Thrones type of section, that kind of a vibe. So I think we're gonna head over there, try to get a bite, and then maybe get on Taryn. That's what you do after you have food, right? You just jump on Taryn. Yeah. Alright, so we're here in Klugheim, which is the Norse section with Taryn. We are at Rookburgh's Tavern, and it's got kind of a sort of, again, Norse, a little bit medievalist sort of theme, so we're going to go in and get some food. So we're in the restaurant. The theming is so cool, and the menus are these big, heavy metal, rustic menus, which is also just totally, it feels, you know, the it could be authentic. Really nice touch, these big menus. Gotta get our ponchos out.
Ready to get wet?
No.
No, we're doing it somewhat earlier in our day here, so we have time to dry off before the drive home.
Yeah, and just because it was right here and we're trying to be efficient with our time, because it already feels like it's amazing what they fit into this smaller park. There's so much we want to do and so little time left. So it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. There's only a 5-minute wait here, so we're gonna grab the ponchos and just go for it. Alright, so we just got done with River Quest and Casey ran over and did Mystery Castle. Is that the right name, Mystery Castle? So let's talk about River Quest first.
I thought it was pretty good. You definitely get wet. If anybody says differently, they're lying.
It wasn't horrible, but you definitely do get wet.
It's kind of luck of the draw. It depends on where you're sitting for the drops and stuff. But I don't know about you, I got really wet. Even with the poncho on, my legs are soaked.
My bum is wet, but other than that, I'm okay. My bum. Yep. I thought it was really cool. The theming, again, was great. This park's theming is out of control. The music's amazing. Great musical choices and scores going on throughout the park and throughout the rides. Really great views too of Mystery Castle and some other kind of sections as you go around in the, I don't know what you would call that type of ride car, just like a river raft, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really fun. It was very unique too, having that elevator lift in the ride.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, surprise. So,
and then the little whirlpool thing.
The whirlpool.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, I think in terms of river rapid type of rides, that it was a very, very good one.
Yeah.
Now for the Mystery Castle, that's like a drop tower. I have a major fear of those, so that was a no-go from me. We will save the story of why I don't like drop towers for another day. It's not a great story. So, but anyway, Casey went and did it for us so that we could talk about it. So talk about the theming, talk about the ride.
Yeah, I took one for the team. The theming, it was kind of like a mad scientist kind of theme. You're kind of walking through and there's like little experiments going on, and then Albert Einstein's at the end there talking to you, doing all kinds of crazy things. Electricity coming from the ceiling and all that. Then you walk in, and on each side of the tower is a cart. Or not a cart, but a kind of just like a one row of seats that gets it's attached to the wall and the suspension system. What caught me off guard, spoiler alert if you haven't rode it, it launches you up first. So as soon as everyone's buckled in, they give you the thumbs up and you get launched straight to the ceiling. So I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was gonna be a slow ride to the top and a quick one down, and it was a quick ride both ways.
Well, you survived.
I did survive.
So
I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm not a big fan of like drop tower style rides, but I'd do it again. It wasn't too bad.
Well, I'm glad somebody did it and can talk about it. We are ready for Taryn though, and it's around the corner. We just ended up near this stuff first. So we're gonna head to Taryn. We're probably not gonna do Rake, but we will talk about it, and we did do it yesterday, so we can show some footage and talk about it. We're gonna head to Taryn and then move on towards Colorado Adventure, I think is kind of next stop on the way.
Yeah, kind of Asian land.
Oh yeah, and there is a little indoor kind of a ghosty type of ride too, so we'll probably do that because I'm sure the wait time's not very long. So.
All right.
Ready?
Go.
All right, so I think this is probably a good place to stop, and we're gonna bring you back for part 2. I'm sure by now the video is gonna be plenty long enough, so stay tuned for our ride on Taryn.